Most competition is governed by feet and inches. From goal line to baseline, from foul line to finish line, the outcome is often the result of these boundaries. But in some sports, the measurements of the human body are thought to be of greater value, such as in boxing, where every portion of the fighter's anatomy is recorded and critiqued. For Mike Tyson, the most scrutinized measurement of all is his height. Is he really 5'11 and a half as reported, or is he shorter? For the press, it's become a very popular question.
I'm tall enough to be heavyweight champ of the world.
At least 10 times a day. Let alone the press asking me how tall I am. People in general saying, you're not as big as I thought you was. The guys your size doing all that damage. I always thought you were bigger.
How big is big? Well, if the average male height is 5'9" and the average heavyweight champion is 6'1 3/4 inches, then how tall is Mike Tyson? As reported and often contested, Mike Tyson is exactly 5 feet 11 1/2 inches. History has proven that short heavyweights do make legitimate champions. At 5'7", Tommy Burns is the shortest boxer to ever wear the heavyweight crown. A former middleweight champ, the 175-pound Burns successfully defended his heavyweight title 11 times before losing to Jack Johnson. Standing 5'10 1/4, Rocky Marciano is heavyweight boxing's most remembered short champion. But short only in stature, for in the ring, heart and determination overshadowed height, or lack of it. Like Tyson, Joe Frazier also measured 5'11 and a half. Known for his left hook and devastating body punches, height was of no object when this heavyweight connected. Tyson's opponents have averaged 6'2 and a half, and only two have stood less than 6 feet. In boxing, it is often said that the taller fighter has a height advantage, but in the Tyson camp, these fighters have a marked disadvantage.
I think, it's to my advantage because most fighters are used to fighting opponents 6'3", 6'2", the average heavyweight. And I feel that I use it to my advantage because I move my head, I'm very quick, and I'm low to the ground, and it's very difficult to hit me. I crouch low just to make my opponents punch down because I know where they're going to punch at. Because I'm down there and I'm looking at them because I'm so low, and I come up, I feel it's to my advantage because they can't see most of my punches coming. I get a lot of leverage from my punches, and it doesn't matter if I punch up or straight or down or around. I have good leverage.
His lower body strength provides the leverage necessary to throw powerful punches in an upward movement against taller fighters, as depicted here against the 6'5" Jose Ribalta. Is it then feasible that the taller opponent is at a disadvantage, since there's probably less leverage gained when punching downward at the shorter Tyson? Perhaps another misconstrued measurement is the reach philosophy. The longer the reach, the greater the advantage. It's logical to assume that a longer reach increases a fighter's chances of landing more jabs. But once again, the Tyson camp disagrees.
Jabbing doesn't have anything to do with the length of your arms or anything. Jabbing is all to do with timing. If you throw your jab at the right time, you could be 5'6", and I'll jab a guy 6'4".
This was evident in his last fight against Tony Tucker, when Tyson gave up 5.5 inches in height and 10.5 inches in reach. Still, he connected with more jabs.
I like the fact that I'm unique at being one of the shortest heavyweights in the history and having the second shortest reach in history, and still I'm tremendously successful.
Perhaps one day a method will exist to calculate a fighter's heart and skill, a day when the advantage or disadvantage will have nothing to do with measures of height or reach. On that day, we may then discover that the sport of boxing is not just a matter of inches.
And if I could come back as a guy 6'3", 6'4", I would never want to change. When I was younger, I used to always say, God, I'm just a midget. I'm never going to grow. I'm never going to be anything because I'm too short to do any kind of sports, anything. But then, I started believing in myself, and things worked out right.